Ooh, what's going on, guys? Josh and Ben back with the HIKARI Podcast. Ben, how you doing?
Good, excited. What you doing, Jeff? What you doing?
Well, you should be, because you know what we're about to do. Hope you guys' week went well. We're gonna jump right back in the C rank dungeon that we just jumped out of and get right back where Jinwoo and Mr. Song are or it wasn't much of a reunion, more of a high and by situation. Did
Right.
Now, when's the next time he saw Junhee?
I think this is it. Like he about to see June
Yeah,
He, the
yeah,
female, right? The
yeah,
female healer.
yeah. I meant
Nah, I'm
Juhee.
bad at the name.
I meant Juhee.
Yeah, her. Well, the last time Jean Woo saw her is right after the like the dungeon, the special dungeon that he has. And then
Right,
now it's here in this like not really. Yeah, you're right. It's not really a reunion. It's more like they have no choice but to get together because they got called.
right.
They got called by a dungeon or something like that. Needs to be cleared,
Right. I don't know
and
if
then it just so happened that it's them.
I don't think it's this part, but soon, no, it's not this part, but soon Juhee is going to tell them that she is retiring from being a hunter.
Oh yeah, this is like after this dungeon
Right. And
because they're gonna
Jinwoo
go inside the dungeon.
and Jinwoo is pretty focused on becoming stronger. So, he's not walking around trying to find every single person that was with him in the double layered dungeon. He's not trying to really waste time. He's just focused on doing his own thing and helping out Jin. And also, where did he? How many keys does he have at this point?
I mean, he has like the hell key or something like that. Um, I think it's just one. I think it's just
Okay,
one right
so it
now.
must be that
Like for the
A rank dungeon key is what I'm thinking.
no the S one, the S rank. You know when he killed the Kerberos.
Well, I meant keys that he hasn't used yet. I thought he had the A rank key at
Oh,
this.
that the one with the castle.
Right,
Nah, he doesn't have it yet. But I think he about to get it at this point at this dungeon raid.
right. And guys, this next dungeon, we meet Teishi, the assassin type.
Yeah, yeah.
So picture the strongest rogue type build in your favorite RPG. And this is Teishi. And he's got a mouth on him. He definitely likes to I think Jim will even says to him, "Wow, you talk a lot." And because he's telling us, he's trying to tell us how the world works and all that. They meet Teishi shortly after he betrays the rest of the members that they go in this next dungeon that they're in. He betrays them and kills them because that's his mission, and that's what mercenaries do. And so Jinwoo and Yujin come
Right.
up against him. Teishi, I believe right away he notices that Jinwoo is stronger than he appears, but he still underestimated him. And so when these guys start to fight, who makes the first move?
I think it's Jin. Nah, it's Tai Shi. But
Okay.
because Jin Woo still he always try to lay low. Like he doesn't want to pop out a strong one.
Right.
So it's Tai Shi. He's the one who first attacked first. And then the first one that fight him is Sir Si Song. Is that his name is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the first one who fought him. But you know what I like with this arc?
What?
It's about they actually, it's not explained, but they kind of let you know that yeah, Mr. Song is a magician type hunter, right?
Right.
But in real life, before this entire dungeon thing happened, he was a dojo. Like he doing like what is it called? Like swordsman dojo or something like that.
Right. I
I
believe
forgot what it's called. Like
I believe it's called
kai.
I believe it's called kendo. Forgive me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong, guys.
kendo. Yeah, he's doing kendo. And then unfortunately for him, even though he got experience of kendo or like at least swordsman, him being awakened as magician got nothing to do with it. And then
Right.
like I said,
So
if
it doesn't help him in the field.
right. So like that, like I said from last episode, if you got awakened, who you are is who you are, and what you are and what you are. You never grow like Jinwoo. Never. Even if you train.
Right.
Never. But there's a good thing that pops out though.
What's that?
Like he he was Mr. Song is training a S Frank.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But man, you already did you already know who he was?
Yeah,
Where you at? Like you what chapter you at right now?
75.
75. I think you already know
My bad.
at this
My bad.
point.
74.
I think you already know who he was or who she was, wasn't it? Or
No,
not yet?
no, because I would know right away what you're talking about, and I don't know what you're talking about. So I must be very close.
Yeah, must be.
But Mr.
But
Song takes on Tae Sheik without hesitation. He's I believe he was trying to avoid letting Jim Woo even fight with. He didn't even want Jim Woo to fight with him, right?
no, Jin will just place him because Mr. Song is losing. Like, I
Right,
mean,
but I'm saying when Mr. Song tried to fight at first, before he engaged, he was like, hopefully Jim Woo doesn't have to fight because he's gonna die.
yeah, probably, yeah. Because I
But
mean, everybody knows he's still E rank.
right, right, and Mr. Song didn't last long before Jim Woo had to step in, and the assassin Tae Sheik, he was just playing around. He was just toying with Mr. Song anyway. So it was good that Jim Woo stepped in when he did.
Right. But did Jinwoo have a buff? Because you know, shot, right? That's her name.
He's a shot.
No, like the female. I keep on forgetting her name. The female healer,
Oh, Juhi.
Jui. Didn't she have a buff? Like
No,
did she?
no, I would have remembered. She didn't have no abilities.
Nah, she do. She do have a buff. Like I think it's just strengthening. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's just strengthening the target. I don't know if giving the speed is part of it, but she did give Mr. Song a buff before he fought Toshik.
Oh, okay, I missed that.
Yeah, she does have a buff spell. I don't know if that's strong enough though.
Yeah, that,
That's why Toshik is trying to aim at her first because she's a healer and then all that buff and all.
right. Always take
Remember?
out. Everybody knows to take out the healer first.
Right. But not the other thing that I like in this arc is like they utilize the skills and then you actually know how am I gonna say it? You know the skills that they're using without them fully wasting time explaining it.
Right, because the animation is so vivid. So healing has a very bright aura, and then you see the green plus signs in it. I've never seen that before. And
Right.
it's unique, and that way you don't have to have unnecessary dialogue or characters screaming that they're healing every time they heal. You're right. So
And it just happened.
so the fight is pretty even, I'd say, until Taishik is still not trying his hardest, but it's pretty even until Taishik whips out an assassin exclusive ability. And what was it? Hang on, I got it. No, that's not what it was. What is it? What is it called? What's the official name?
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Okay, but
I'm about the name of the character, let alone skills.
but guys, basically he pulls a Zabuza, and if you don't know what that is, you can just close this browser right now. No, I'm joking, guys. But it's a technique where you disappear pretty much instantly. So it wasn't anything that needed to be charged up. But it's not like an assassin to use techniques that have to be charged. So he instantly disappears. There is the only thing that Jimwoo can really see is, and Mr. Song as well. The only thing that they see a blur. So his appearance is completely gone, but it's possible to tell where he is. It's just that doesn't mean you can strike him in time. Just because you know where he is doesn't mean you can strike him before he moves again. And so you can't see him, but you can see him move.
That's how his stats and senses work.
Right. And keep in mind, Taishik is a B rank, taking on the E rank, Jinwoo, the world's weakest hunter.
The weak supposed to be, or used to be the weakest person in the world.
So what did you think about the fight at this point?
I mean, they put as much detail as possible, but man, this is why I stopped watching Dragon Ball, because all you see is blur. I don't like that. But I mean, yeah, I guess stressing out how fast they are is one part of it. But yeah, it's just blur. It's just like based on animation or I mean in manhwa, it's just the white straight line. So you can say that they were fast, like hitting each other, and then based on what Mr. Song was saying, man, he can't even see them. Like all he hears is blade clashing and all that.
Right.
But they can't even see him. So that's just say that they how fast they go. But they go as much as detail as possible. Like Jinwoo is blocking, and then how Toshik always go to Jinwoo's backside and all that.
Right. And Taishik raised his speed. And so he used this technique and he raised his speed while using this technique. So now Jinwoo can not only not see him, but he can't hit him as well. And so, Jinwoo's getting, I believe Jinwoo got cut up a bit, but it didn't take too long until that that ominous, very clinically cold blue eye glows in the dark, and Jinwoo gets serious.
Right.
Yeah. Help me out. What was when Jinwoo got serious? What exactly did he do?
Well, he got a buff from Shot Sheet. Man, here I go again.
Mr. Song and Juhi.
Yeah, Juhi. He got a buff to
Hey, look,
Juhi.
when you said that, I was like, wait, Taishik helped him out?
Nah. No, but he managed to get a buff from Juhi. He managed to get a buff from Juhi, and then the moment he got serious, because the system told him to kill him or else Jinwoo's gonna die. And then now the only reason why Jinwoo got the advantage is because of his dagger. I would say if Jinwoo doesn't have his dagger, he probably won't be able to win.
Right.
Oh, I would
'Cause you-
just say it hands down.
Right, because something we got to keep in mind is, despite the fact that we see Jinwoo has untapped potential, you got to remember it's potential versus Taeshik's experience, and Jinwoo does not have experience compared to a B rank hunter, or
Right.
or even a C rank. So
Right.
I think Jinwoo would have lost too. I'm actually glad you brought that up. Yeah, but he's still got Rasaka's very reliable blade. And remember, guys, it inflicts both bleed and paralysis.
Paralysis. Yep.
Right. And I think, was he resistant to it at first?
At first, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, because you gotta remember, Taishik Taishik is probably one of the throwaway characters, but he's still a class rank B.
He's basically the intro into, yeah, what you just said, intro to B rank.
Yeah, so like you still can't underestimate him regardless. So
Right.
like without the effect of blades, I don't think Jin Woo will win.
Right. And guys, Taeshik actually said something very interesting. So he was wondering how Jin Woo healed the wounds that he inflicted on him. They were slices from Taeshik's blade using the assassin technique. And none of them were lethal blows, but they were all cuts that caused him to bleed pretty deep, pretty heavily. And before you know it, instantly Jin Woo is healed head to toe. And so Taeshik's like, an assassin type with healing. This is unheard of. But that also lets us know that, okay, there are hybrid types, you know?
Right.
So even though he said that this type of situation doesn't exist, then we start to think, oh, okay, but there might be a swordsman that can also use magic, or you know.
Oh, I finally know the skill that you mentioned earlier. It's called camouflage.
Oh, well, that's boring. I thought it had some type of cool
Well,
name.
just the name it says he camouflage. But nah, regardless, Jinwoo can still sense him.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. If Jinwoo doesn't have the recovery status recovery, and then with the Shaz buff, he probably he won't be able to win. There's no way.
Yeah, because we got to keep in mind, not only is he a B rank hunter, Taeshik's holding back. Mercs are trained in killing techniques and striking in the throat or any of the 8 vital areas. And so this fight could have already been over. Would have already been over.
Would have been, yeah. He just didn't take Jinwoo serious. I mean, who would take E rank serious anyway?
Right. But Jinwoo quickly turns the tables because this is another fight that it can't last long. And whenever you're fighting someone who's way out of your league, you have to end it quickly or get ended. And so Jinwoo turns the tables on the guy. He strikes with his blade. And was it where I'm mad at myself for this. Where did he fatally strike him?
This is when Jin Woo used his killing intent, and then when he used it, Tao Shi just like stopped moving because he got scared. He got scared of Jin Woo, and then that's the opportunity.
You mean Conqueror's hockey? Oh.
You already know.
It's not the
Instead
time for
of
that.
passing out, he was like, "Man, what are those eyes? I'm scared."
My bad, guys. It's not the time for that. That's another podcast. Anyways.
Yeah, he got stabbed in the chest.
So Taeshik is down. He's bleeding out. I noticed that this time the paralysis, of course he was bleeding anyway, but the bleed and paralysis effect from Rasaka's knife did not go away this time, because you can tell when the paralysis effect sets in because his veins start to show heavily through one side of his face.
Right.
And that happened to somebody
Right.
previous. That happened to somebody previously.
Right. It's like you can say the paralyzed and bleeding. I mean, bleeding is pretty much obvious, but like the paralyzed is like being electrocuted, being electrocuted from inside. That's scary.
Yeah. Now he didn't have much to say, especially in his condition. But what were Tae-shik's last words?
Let me see. I think where is it? Because he said, yeah, he did say something.
Yeah, Jinwoo walked up to him, and protagonist has always got to give you your last words.
Oh yeah, he said, as strong as your shadow's depth in the dark. What? Nah. There's gonna be something. Oh, he said your shadow is connected to the darkness. You will become as strong as your shadow's depth in the dark. So is that a
That has
compliment?
meaning. That has meaning. Look at Tae-shik out here foreshadowing on his deathbed.
Me. For the entire time he's being how you call it wild or crazy. Then all of the sudden now he start to show up being smart.
He want a philosopher.
Right.
If I can get the word out, he wants to be a philosopher at the end.
But nah, like man, you know Jinwoo is serious and pissed off when he dragged that. You remember that he dragged one of those prisoner all the way to the bus?
Right.
That's crazy. Uh, tell me one protagonist who does that. Like,
Yeah. I would need a while. I can't.
nah, like there's none. There's none. Like
But
I mean, most of the protagonists is soft, but not him.
yeah. But here's the thing. The system is forcing him to kill these red alert enemies because and the thing is, we know Jinwoo is a changed man, but the system is forcing him to finish off certain enemies. Just something to keep in mind. So we don't want to say like, oh yeah, he's joined the killers. Not just yet.
Yeah. But I mean, he did. He didn't physically kill this person, but he did drag him to the boss room.
Right.
And then he was like, but I mean, this guy is a criminal.
Right.
And then I think one of the his fault is rape. That's why Tae-shik is in there.
Right.
Because of like assassination contract or something like that. And then Jinwoo was like, yeah, do you remember all the faces of your victim? And it was like, you're trash beyond even Tae-shik or something like that.
Right. Because at least
like, yo,
the reason Tae-shik took that mission was, well, first of all, it was his mission, but he was trying to help out. Remember when he was making the deal with that guy because the guy's daughter was raped.
Yeah.
Right, and then because normally he didn't accept whatever the type of mission was. He didn't accept the type of mission, but the client wanted vengeance on his daughter's rapist, and so that's why Tae-shik took that one. And yeah, so it's interesting that Jinwoo said you're beyond help and you're worse than Tae-shik, just like you said. So the fight's over. Mr. Song and Juhi are blown away once again. Afterwards, I think that's when Juhi announces her retirement, right?
Yeah. He talked to Jinwoo.
Right. And so remember, Juhi was a B rank hunter and she had a serious problem with her nerves. I don't remember how experienced she was, but we do know that she would only do E and D rank dungeons because that's all she could handle. But she is retiring now, and she tells Jinwoo, you still owe me that meal. So, whenever you get some time on your hands, come by so we can get, we can grab a bite to eat. And so at this point, we know this is not the love interest.
That we thought we have. I thought, man, I'm not gonna lie. She took care of Jin Woo for this entire time. I thought there's gonna be spark for something.
Right. But or at least I don't think she's gonna be the love interest, because if that is, if there is one anyway. But you got to speculate. I don't think she's gonna be it because I don't see her coming back in the picture.
True, true, true.
Now, when you were first reading this, what did you think about this moment?
I mean, I'm guessing I'm kind of surprised, and then I kind of see that coming too. Because I mean, you gotta remember, she got her reason why she's just diving in a small raid dungeon, and then all of
Right.
a sudden, a double gate happened, and now this,
Right.
like that's like two dungeon that she nearly died.
Right. And she was a great character, especially considering Benton made a good point. All up until this entire time, she was constantly healing Jin Woo and not complaining about it either. And so she was a great character,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't see her coming back. The next fight we get into is in A rank dungeon, correct? No,
Nah,
no,
this
what
is
am I saying? He hasn't been in the A rank dungeon.
no.
B rank.
He started doing
Instant.
the him and what was his, I suck at names, man.
Oh, you mean his
What's this
business partner,
dude's name?
Jin?
Yeah, Eugene.
Right. Okay. So that answers my question because they were doing all C rank raids. So next is a C rank, and I think he goes in this next one by himself. Eugene's like, "Hey, wait, man. We have a whole crew, and that's the whole point of the crew. Just to support you anyway." And and
Nah.
and Jimwoo looks back like, "Hey, you see what I could do, right? You see?"
Right. But not the crew that you're talking about.
Oh, I love
Some
this
of
part.
them,
Go ahead. I love this part.
the moment they came in, or the moment Jin Woo went to the dungeon that they were trying to raid, man, all of the crew, some of them were injured, some of them were drunk. Like they are not capable. They are not capable of going inside the dungeon.
Right.
And then Jinwoo, and Eugene, on the other hand, has a full plate armor with him, along
Right.
with
And,
along with the
hey,
armor.
something else I like. Eugen has a new and I assume stronger set of armor each raid.
Who?
Haven't you noticed Eugen has different armor each raid?
Man, what you mean? He's not wearing anything.
Oh, he wasn't?
No, he got the necklace, but like I said, it's not visible. Or I
No, I
think it
said
was.
Eugen, not Jim Woo.
Oh, you see, I suck at names. Yeah. He always he always have that set complete set of armor.
Right. Oh, what's that? You said the last one was 11 million won. Well, this one must be at least 22. Yeah.
But
And
I like their crew though, because they're just gonna sit there, do nothing, get paid.
and the
That's
thing is,
crazy.
and the thing is, and by the way, it may sound like I'm constantly mocking Eugen. It's not that at all. I think he's a great character, but it looks like he's got his bigger brother's armor on every single time because he goes for this. He goes for the not only the high class, but also the tank armor. You know, doesn't it look like tank armor? Like it's not armor for his class, his fighting
Yeah,
class.
right. Everything is covered. That's what you're trying to say. You
Right.
can't see anything.
Right.
Like that's how heavy his armor.
Right. I don't know
Like,
how you...
and then I like the way Gene would push him with using just one finger.
Oh
like,
yeah.
And he fell.
Yeah, so that proves my point right there. And then, like Benton said, the rest of the crew, I mean, how many members was required for each raid?
I think at this point, they only need 10.
Okay. Okay, so the other 8 members, like Benton said, they were basically having picnics. They actually had blankets laid out. I thought I saw one of the old woven baskets. I was like, man, they got sandwiches, they got Doritos, or whatever chips they got in Korea. Like, oh man.
Man, even kids was there.
And you gotta think, guys, they're basically getting paid to not work. But we can't blame Eugene and Jim Woo, because they're just gonna be, if they went with them in these dungeons, because remember, we know from what happened during the first double layer dungeon that even a weaker dungeon can be hiding stronger bosses. And so it's safe to assume that. And so Jim Woo, both of Jim Woo and Eugene know that they would just be hindrances, these other hunters coming in. So
they're just gonna be liability.
That's what, hindrance. And so why not just let them chill? I mean, they could have offered my boy a sandwich, but you know, not everybody is as friendly as I'd like. But anyway, okay, we're in another C rank dungeon. Help me out. What's next?
And then they didn't really show what's going on in the dungeon. It's just but I know for sure it happened so fast because
the next
this
page,
crew
they're walking out.
Right. It's just them talking about, why did they do that? Like, why did they just come in? There's just 2 of them. What are they gonna do inside?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Eugene started running outside. He was like, yeah, that's what I thought. They start running. Right. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, hold on. Nah, they didn't just run away. Look at the gate. It's closing.
Right.
And everybody was like, what?
Right.
What just happened?
Well, I thought Eugene walked out with some crystals too. That could have been another dungeon.
Nah, that's when you know what gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's not here yet. It's not here yet.
Yeah.
So everybody was like surprised, like, yo, they actually finished the dungeon by just 2 of them. And then Eugene was like, so we're gonna jump to 2 more dungeons. Y'all cool with that, right? I mean, it's easy 9 million. It's easy 9 million doing nothing.
Right.
Everybody was like,
I guess, like, I guess I like free money.
Right. I mean, but the deal though is, they can't share the information to what they see, because Gene will want to be secretive.
Yo, Jim Woo was gonna, now it's a sweet deal, but I tell you what, don't break the deal, because Jim Woo was like, we're gonna charge you triple what we gave you if you tell anything about this mission, this raid.
Right.
Like, dang. Yeah, he's like, yeah. Like, I didn't know Jim Woo was corporate.
But a lot of things will happen after they raided at least 3 dungeons. But enough with that. I don't want to talk about it.
You know what I want to talk about? The next boss.
You talking about?
The next boss, instant dungeon.
Nah, this is what I want to talk. So
hey,
he leveled up,
on the
right?
back of your phone case.
Exactly. He managed to get a key from leveling. And then he was like, we're not doing any dungeon raid right now, Eugene. We're not doing anything. I gotta go somewhere tomorrow. I gotta go somewhere. And this somewhere took him to a castle with a whole bunch of knights. Oh man, Josh?
Yeah.
What's your opinion about the art? Just the entire interior, the enemy, everything.
2 words: Dark Souls.
That's what I'm expecting you to say. Yo, it's a Dark Souls. It's Dark Soul.
And what I really like is that we see that the keys are really random, because the environments that Jim Woo is teleported in, none of them have been similar so far.
Right.
And think of, I don't know, just think of a big old medieval castle that makes any human look like an ant. It was a huge castle.
It really was huge. It really was.
And so Jim Woo starts running into, I don't know if they really had any, I don't know if they really had a special name, but yeah, they were just knights, basic horde level enemies.
But nah, you know what? Now that you mentioned Dark Souls, like it's hard for him too, because he doesn't have like how you call it, like save or safe haven. You know what I'm saying?
No
So
bonfire.
if he right, he doesn't have that. So like his enemy can just keep on coming. I'm guessing they just gonna keep on coming, or let's just say he doesn't have a time to rest. Like his fatigue doesn't go down. He can't buy. He has a store, or a store on his menu, because like he has this system where it looks like he's in the game,
Right.
but he can't shop for any. He can't buy anything because he's inside the insta dungeon.
Right.
So he practically can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like he can't even count.
Yeah. And then I noticed Jim Woo, he's real frugal with his options and running through his inventory, his complete inventory, and seeing everything that he saved up. He tries to save, well, no, he does save the best items for when he absolutely needs them. So he doesn't choose, like he hesitates before he chooses to heal and all that, because like Benton said, he's got to keep in mind both health and fatigue, but he likes to definitely put himself to the test before he even considers regenerating, healing.
Man, I know he's putting his life to risk, but man, I don't like his play style. I don't like it.
Well, too risky.
Right. I'ma just use points instead of status recovery. I'ma just use that.
Right.
But I mean, what kind of gameplay you do? Like do you find yourself doing what Gene was doing? Because I really can't. I can't do that. Like hoarding the items or the reward.
Remember you asked me that last podcast. I finished at the end with 50 plus S-class items, and I cry about it because I can't New Game Plus, and I will repeat this again and again.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You did.
Look, and this is how bad it is, guys. So I'll be at the final boss, and then hey, I gotta be on hard mode. I ain't no
right.
punk.
Right.
I'll be on hard mode, but it'll be my fault. I'm struggling so much because I'll be like, no, I don't need it. I don't need it. Heals full health, full MP, full fatigue. If the game has fatigue, I don't need it. I can beat him without it. Dies 50 plus more times before I beat the boss. Maybe taking 2 days to beat a boss I could have beat in a few hours just because I wouldn't use the items. But guess what? I'm gonna keep doing it.
But why though? Like, is it pride? Is it pride?
I have a problem. My name is Joshua, and I have a problem.
I'm sorry. May the God bless you and forgive you.
But anyways, so Jim Woo is struggling because not because of his Um, Actually, yeah, not because of his fatigue, but more so because he doesn't have the proper weapon to pierce through the armor. Because remember, guys, he's been relying on a dagger this entire, not the entire time, but for most of his fighting, he's been relying on a dagger, and these are knights.
It's just armor. It's just full armor.
Right,
There's no way.
right. And so he goes back to the drawing board. Well, not really back to the drawing board. He goes back to what he did for the first dungeon, not the first dungeon, the first boss. And he breaks out his best weapon, bare knuckles.
Not
And guess what?
ripping some heads off.
And you,
Man, not
and
even cut.
you know
He's
what?
ripping it.
And you know what's good about this weapon? We don't gotta take it to the shop to repair it. But yeah, he just starts punching through these guys. You can see, oh my gosh, the animation, like you keep saying, you can see his knuckles making the indentations in the armor. And then depending on the type of hit, like whether it's a punch or an elbow, like the indentation will be a huge crack, or it'll just be like a circular bend, because he's fighting off a horde, so he's just swinging. He's getting jumped.
Man, he treat this enemy like they were kind of coke. Like he just crushing them,
Yeah,
just like that.
and leveling up.
Right, they're ripping their head off, like the not head. It's just it's hollow inside, but it's just
Right.
armor.
Right,
It's just
but
full-plate
yeah,
armor.
he was punching their helmets off. How many did
Yo,
he
that
fight?
was the what?
About how many do you think he fought?
I mean, it never really shows or tell, but it's a lot, because it doesn't just come out one by one. It's always a horde.
Right, and then they keep coming.
They keep coming too. Yeah,
But
the dude got no rest.
enough about this, because they were just minion level enemies, even though of course 100 minion level enemies can equal maybe a low rank boss. But enough of that. Let's get to Igri. Hold on, wait.
Igri.
Hold on, wait. Blood Red Commander, Igri.
Exactly. And just by his name is on the red, and you know what red means.
Guys,
you know what red means.
If your name matches your armor, I think you can start sweating now. And so this, I don't know, maybe 15, 16 foot red knight, crimson red knight walks in. At this point, I think they're in a, what kind of room were they in?
I think this is like a throne room, if I'm gonna say it.
No, they weren't there yet. Remember? That's where the fight ended up. But remember, they didn't start off there.
Nah. That's what it is. Like it's a throne room. That's what it's called. Where they at?
Oh, okay.
He like the last fight of the I mean, where Jin will at in the last fight, or I mean the last scene, is he's sitting on the throne. But yeah, they were in the throne room.
Right.
And that is one big.
Now, as soon as Iggy walks on the scene, did Jinwoo throw his dagger, or did he put it back in the inventory?
Nah, I mean, he pulled that out. I mean, it's a boss. It's a red name with the red armor. He already know he can't beat him.
No, but remember, Jinwoo was like, if my dagger wasn't working on minion level enemies, there's no point in trying it against him. But he had it out and he put it away. And that's what I remember.
Nah, they fought first. Because remember when
so he did try the dagger.
Jin will pull out everything that he has. Because it's a boss fight. You already know.
Right.
Which is the dagger, yeah. He pulled out his dagger,
And
But
the
the
dagger
moment
didn't
the
even
fight hits up,
and the dagger didn't even scratch the armor.
not even a scratch. That's just shows how weak Jinwoo in this fight.
Right.
Or I mean, sorry to say, how strong Ygritte is.
Yeah.
Like yo, he, he Jinwoo is just a rag at this point.
Actually,
Like
I'm surprised the dagger didn't go flying. Because when you guys see the animation on that page of that first strike, and remember, Jinwoo Teishi described Jinwoo as an assassin type, which is basically what he is with how fast he can run. But remember, at first he was putting his points into strength, so he's got a good balance between both strength and agility. And you know, every single strike is full force. But you would have think this dagger would have went flying into the roof.
right. But nah, like
But let's get because hold on, it's giving me goosebumps. Let's get to the part. So Jinwoo says, "All right, forget this. Whether he puts the dagger away or he tosses it, it doesn't matter." But the next page we see the way Igri responds is we see him reaching towards his back, and he whips out his giant daggers, not to throw at Jinwoo, but to throw on the ground, and he puts his Zweihander, he stabs it into the ground, and basically does the whole knuckle crack thing. Like, all right, you said bare hands. All right. However you want to die, hey, just pick your choice.
right.
That's what I got from that.
I think that they Jinwoo said it too. Like chivalry. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Chivalry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. One more thing, guys. So he tossed his two daggers, put his Zweihander in the ground, and he took the cape off. Oh, hold on. Hey, call me a coward. I'm going to get back up. You ain't have to take the cape off.
He basically said I hold my shirt off. Hold my shirt. Hold my shirt. I'm gonna beat him real quick.
This is gonna be fast, but I don't want him to get dirty.
Like yo.
Hey, look, I don't want to get human blood on my.
But nah, like the first time I saw it, what came out to my head, it was like, when Jinwoo, I think his dagger fade away or something like that, or he put it to his storage room, whatever, storage bag, and then when Ygritte saw that, the first thing that I came up to my head, he was like, yeah, now you put away your weapon. And then, nah, I'm not gonna stoop that low that I'm using my weapon against you.
Right. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it was like I already used you as a rag for this entire room, so I'm not gonna stoop that low. I'm gonna put down my weapon too. And then you gotta remember, he got this big sword.
Yeah, guys,
Like,
his Zweihander is basically as tall as Jinwoo, at least.
basically, yeah. And then he planted that sword on the ground, and then put everything down, because he was like, nah, I'm not.
And then here's the thing, you know, knights have to be very physically strong, but how often do you see a knight fight barehanded? I can't give you one fight. Like,
Not even a knight. Like, what kind of boss, like a boss fight, bring down all his weapon just to fight on your level?
That's a good point. Again, I have to think about it.
You plus this, Ygritte is not even a human. He's a monster.
Right.
Like, it's just an armor. Like, what's going on?
Right. He's hollow inside, but I tell you what, when he starts hitting Jinwoo, it don't feel like he's hollow inside, because you see the force. You can see the wind with his putt. I think I felt the wind through my screen when I was reading, but the force by each and every blow. It's just another fight that it can't last long. You know, one person has to make a decisive blow, and so, you know, so they're going at it. They're going back and forth. Jinwoo is at first he's blocking. He's taking the safer route, and he's blocking more. You know, gauging his opponent's strength. and
Right.
he can't block too long because he get his arms broken.
I mean, I mean, he basically made Igri as a both janitor and a farmer in the same time, because he keep on using Jinwoo as a wipe, and he keep on planting Jinwoo in the wall.
Right. That's a good. Hey, what you rap? That's a good one. But hey, guys, I know I already made a One Piece reference. This is the last one, but one of the fight scenes is literally Gum Gum Gatling gun. They're both using Gum Gum Gatling.
Yo, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man! And the
they
best
have that
part,
rapid fist fight.
and the best part is, oh, what'd you say?
They do have that rapid fist fight.
Right. And the best part is, remember, Igri is at least 15 feet. And, Jim Woo's tall because that's the animation style. But, Jim Woo's human height. And so okay, Benton, what do you think Jim Woo is height wise compared to Igri? Like maybe up to his abs? Maybe? No, not even that.
I mean, cause it depends on the POV, but at this point, if they stood to each other, Jin Woo is on Jin Woo is on at least on Ygritte's shoulder.
No, he
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah.
No, he wasn't that. No, Jimmy's not that tall.
Nah, I stand by it. I stand by it. Because
Okay, okay,
because the updated, there's like an updated one of the latest, not the latest, but one of the latest chapter, um there's something happened there that makes me think that Ygritte is shoulder. Jean was in the Ygritte's shoulder, at least that height, because something happened in the latest
okay.
that makes me say that.
Okay, good to know. And so you got to keep in mind that this is two people. There's two people, and their height might not be that different, but Igri has the armor on, and the only armor that Jim Woo has is his flesh, which I don't think classifies as armor. But
no, I mean he at this point he is getting some armor though. Like he not very often, but he at least have like class or rank C to class I keep on saying class, rank C to rank A armor. Like
right,
he's complete set at this point.
right,
But the good thing about this armor is it's not visible. Like Eugene.
right.
Like Eugene.
Yeah,
Him
good
is just
point.
invincible.
Yeah, good thing you said that. I forgot he had armor on.
Yeah, he got armor on.
Yeah, and like Ben said, Jim Woo, even though even though he's holding his own, Jim Woo is getting beat up, and my favorite scene of the whole fight is I, I don't know how he started this attack off, but Iggy hits him so hard. It's some type of uppercut, but he hits him so hard that Jim Woo goes flying, and then he lands in the throne seat, and it looks like he was sitting there like just taking a cat nap, waiting on a drink. But that's just because he was like so exhausted. Yeah, like you noticed that? Like it looked like it like you could have memed it up because it looked like
Like yo, yeah, that is so mean to describe Jinwoo like a person in pain, but
right, right. He's so
I
tired.
can say no because that's on point.
He's so tired that he's sitting there just chill. You guys know what I mean when I say chilling. But so he's like, all right, no, and let me get like 6 seconds of stamina back before Iggy shows up. So Iggy doesn't waste any time, and so he jumps to the throne. So at this point, picture Jim Woo sitting in a throne seat far bigger than him, and Iggy standing literally right next to him. Iggy looks down and he's like, yeah, this fight's over. Holds out
Right.
his right arm. Next thing you know, you see his Zweihander across the room start to shake, and we all know what's going to happen. As soon as you see the animated movement lines around that sword, we're like, oh, he's calling that sword. The sword.
He used the force.
Look. Hey, look. I don't watch Star Wars, but the sword goes spinning back, frisbee style, back to Iggy's hand, and we're like, oh, yo, the killing blow.
Right. But I like the way he about to kill Jinwoo too, because he about to how you call it,
execute,
not decapitate.
Yeah.
Like he about to cut his head off.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that was like I won't call it dramatic, but I wanted to. Like
right.
that is
see,
one.
My bad interrupting you. But see, he waited till, because the fight was pretty much over. We like you see Jim Woo, and the thing is, so this is the first time we see a boss fighting with honor.
Mm-hmm.
Did not take out the weapon until the fight is over. And so what happens next?
And then all of a sudden, when the swing came in, Jin Woo catches the blade. When he catches the blade, and then just like Josh, everybody forgot that he's wearing armor.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that entire armor works. And I would say he managed to catch that. At least this is my opinion. He managed to catch that swing because that's just finishing blow. It doesn't mean that he has Ygritte has to like swing that hard, because that's overkill.
Right.
So he's basically just finishing off Jin Woo. So I would say just because of that, there's not much power into it. That's why he managed to. That's why Jin Woo managed to catch his sword.
Well, there's absolutely no way. Yeah, if it was a full force, yeah, it's what you just said. There's no way he would have been able to catch it.
Right. But because Ygritte just want to finish him off, he managed to catch it. But that's the only thing he needs. That's why he pull out his dagger, stab Ygritte right into his eyes, man.
Yeah, it sounded like you were about to say in his face, but you were like, "Oh, right, he's got a helmet on."
Right. I'm really about to say in his face, right. But like, because in my head I was like, "Yeah, in your face," because now that is one like that is he turned the table real fast. Like right. he is losing. Right. But all of a sudden, grab the sword, pull out a dagger, and stab right into the eye.
Right. And like Benton said, this was mid-swing, guys. That sword was coming down. And so he floors Ygritte, and I believe he stabs him 3 times total to finish the job. What do you think about that?
I remember. I think that's finish him off. Just the eye. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna check that out. Actually, I'm gonna look that up now.
Okay.
But yeah, the entire fight, Jin Woo is losing. I think that's the only that's. I don't know. I think I'm wrong, but that's the only time that he actually managed to dealt damage to Ygritte, right?
That's the only time for the killing.
Because I mean, he tried to punch Ygritte, no effect. Right. He managed to stab Ygritte, no effect. Right. Because of his armor. So I think that's the only.
Yeah. Now that I'm glad you bring that up. That's crazy. It's just that it's just that since Jim Woo was strong enough, he was strong enough to basically just keep himself alive, but he wasn't doing damage.
Right. Yeah, he didn't.
Now tell me if you caught this. Did you know that Jim Woo literally had to block every hit?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but he ended up bleeding anyway.
Yeah, like I'm gonna stand. I'm glad you're checking. Uh, okay, so yeah, check this too before you check the amount of times he was stabbed. But I believe Egress didn't land a single direct hit. I'm gonna stand by that because I think I remember it. I don't think Egress landed a single direct hit because yeah, Jinwoo might have been down for the count. And then
No, Jean will know if Ygritte managed to land like a direct hit to Jinwoo. Jin will know he'll die.
right,
Like he knows that. So yeah. You're right. He, I mean, Ygritte managed to punch Jinwoo, but Jinwoo's arm is guarding him. Because
right.
the only time Ygritte managed to like not hit, but it's like hit.
Well,
On like
I think
on
I
the
know. I think I know what you're about to say. The only reason why some of the hits Jinwoo went flying is because Iggy is so dang strong. So the force
yeah
behind the punches,
yeah
he's and the keep up. And remember, guys, he's blocking every single one, but the force just sends his whole body flying, and so he's still taking damage.
right. But like it's just you're right. It's just the impact of
Right,
how strong he is.
right, and guys, Benton brought up a really good point. I would love, at least from the amount I've read, if I could pick one fight, this is the one fight I'd have animated. If I could only pick one, like
Right.
I love like all that, just all out brawls. Swordsmanship is great and all that, but just all out brawls, kind of back to the basics.
But now I've seen it. He stabbed Ygritte on his left eye, and then Jinwoo. The moment that happened, Jinwoo pushed him on the ground, and then keep using the skill called stab. Yeah, that's anticlimactic, but yeah, he used the skill stab multiple times, and then he finished off Ygritte by stabbing him. How would I say it? In the chin, right on the chin.
Yeah, because I remember the dagger. Basically, the whole dagger was inside his helmet. That's how far the dagger went inside his head.
Right, right.
Now, was it
So
three
yeah,
stabs? Was I wrong about that?
because a lot of how you call it prompt came out. So if I counted it, let's
What you said,
see.
it sounds like two. I thought I
Nah,
saw
it's more
three
than
though.
that. So he when Jinwoo stabbed him in the eye, Ygritte took out the dagger,
Right,
but Jinwoo pushed him on the ground already. And
right,
then Jinwoo recalled his dagger because like Ygritte is holding his dagger.
right.
So he
And guys,
stored it.
keep in mind, there's no way, there's no, or at least I wasn't surprised when the dagger into his helmet, despite how far it was in his helmet, the dagger into his eye area in his helmet didn't kill him because he is hollow inside. So
Right. And then he he well once he stored his weapon, he called that back again, so it's in his hands now.
right,
And then stab Ygritte in the chin, but it's shallow. It's shallow. So he stabbed it one, two, three, four. He stabbed it 4 times.
four times. Okay,
And then all of a sudden, I think for the fourth time or this is for the fifth time, that's when the blade went straight to Igri's like chin all the way up.
right.
So that's how we managed to finish him off.
Right. And then, you guys might think, but wait, he's hollow. But remember, every boss has health still. And
Right.
and the great and very honorable blood red commander Igri has been slayed. Sad day. Hey, I was rooting for the boss for once, man. Hey.
Yo, but
Hold on.
I'm
Oh,
not
you
gonna
said
lie.
wait. You said the manhwa would have ended if Jinwoo died? Okay. I
Right,
changed
right, right,
I
right.
changed my mind.
Come on. You can. you can't kill the main character. Come
Oh,
on, man.
oh,
Come on.
I didn't know. Oh, my bad.
But nah, that just show how hmm I would say smart or lucky. It's in between. I would say between
I would just say,
Jinwoo.
I would just
I'm
say,
talking about
I would just say tactical, because it's not like he had time to make a plan. So I would say tactical.
he probably in his mind he probably like yeah nah
Well,
yeah nah yeah nah
well,
yeah.
actually, part of being tactical is making a plan. So what I said didn't make sense. But you guys know what I mean. It's really it's not really smart. It's more so planning,
So
decisive
he
planning.
he managed to kill Igris. So now as a reward, ding, 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 reward. He managed to
S-rank
get
Red Knight Helm with 50%
yes
damage
sir.
reduction, 20% plus stamina, and plus 20 strength.
Yo, and you know what's the most important thing? Of course, everything in here is important,
Oh,
but
guys,
the
and guys, I think this is first S-rank item.
Dominator's touch. He got that skill, Dominator's touch, and I mean, as far I know this is kind of spoiled, but as far as his skills goes, that is the most coolest thing that he ever has. Like I know he got a lot of skill, but this is one of the most skills that I like that he has.
Are you
I like
saying
his skill.
are you saying it's the most useful or it's just the most cool one to you?
No. It's just cool. It's just
Oh,
cool.
okay. Okay.
But I mean, you know what's above that. He got this skill up way above that. You already know. You already know. Alright.
Hey, we're getting close enough. It's okay this time.
right, right,
Okay.
right, right, right.
Now what were the other two rewards? Because we only said one.
So he got the helmet. He got the rune, which is the Dominator's touch.
Oh, my bad. Okay, so you said the second one. And the last one must have been some type of
Heartstone.
oh, so
Like
he got two stones.
like if he breaks it, he
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 can
can
return
get out
home.
to the dungeon. Yeah,
Right.
and then it's just money. It's just gold. It's like 1,500,000 gold.
Okay, so that's four rewards. Okay. Yeah, you got to get that's an auto that's a given. You have to get currency from each fight.
Right, right, for each boss fight. And yeah, after that, Jinwoo was like, "Yeah, am I gonna proceed or not?" And then this is where he got the job change, or at least
Job change. Have you guys played Dragon Quest? Man, I'm getting off topic today, but it really relates. If you guys have ever even touched that game, job change will come to mind.
even in like typical MMORPG, like you start as a regular sorcerer or wizard, and then you become sorcerer, and then you become sage and all that. You have like level by level. You come as a swordsman, and then you become like knight, something
No,
like that,
no,
and you
but
become you
I
become
think
sword saint.
I think you're forgetting one thing. It's not job change unless you can switch between. Because remember, usually every single person plays one role. You got your knight, your mage, or maybe you have a white mage, a dark mage, and then each one has one role, or they have a hybrid role. But job change is when you can switch roles.
Nah, that's just what it's called. I mean, that for me,
Oh, okay.
because when you say I'm gonna say it in because when I was playing MMORPG called Tantra, you started on something, so you for instance, you chose the magician, so that's who you are, magician.
Okay.
But would you rather stay as a magician, or you want to change your job as a wizard? You know what I'm saying now.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why it's a job change.
Okay.
But I mean, for what you said, yeah, that can happen. But I don't know if that happens to like other games. But for the this is just based off the one that I experience or play.
Right. And I knew that Jim Woo wasn't gonna get, or maybe I can't say I knew, but I didn't think Jim Woo was gonna get a weapon from this, just because I don't know, I just didn't think it was likely. But so keep in mind, he's still stuck with a dagger up to this point, and I say stuck with as if it's not a good weapon, but I say that because now we know
Right.
it's most likely not going to be effective against bosses of the same rank or higher anymore. That's a safe assumption. And I think we're at chapter 43 at this point, guys.
Yeah, yeah. We are 40, 43.
Okay.
So like when we talk about job change, but at least in some MMORPG or the game that you just mentioned, at least that you can choose. But Jin Woo, he only know that there's gonna be a job change gonna happen, but no, there's no really specific of what.
Right.
So when
And
he
then he's
chose
a,
to
oh, go ahead.
yeah, so when he chose to stay, without knowing or without any choices, he just a portal opened up and then bunch of soldier came out of it, and it's a horde, it's a non-stop horde of like either archer, a swordsman knight, a archer knight, and I think there's a wizard knight too, an assassin type, every
Right.
class. It's like
Right. And
it's
then
like oh yeah
and then
yeah yeah.
yeah, and then
It's
I know you said mage or sorcerer, same thing, but the sorcerer can be classified as a conjurer. So someone who summons other enemies. They can never summon other conjurers, but they constantly summon like more knights or more goblins. Whatever that weakest enemy is. They're constantly, you got to take them out because they'll just keep going.
right. So the surprising part about these knights, they have their own game. Like it's like at first you will think that each knight that comes out of the portal demonstrate the skills of each class, because some of them were assassins, some of them were shield, some of them were swordsman. So you will think that this is basically introducing different classes of enemy or jobs, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But not only Jinwoo's fatigue is high, this enemy won't stop. Like
Right.
this dude got no chill. He keep on fighting, hacking enemy, punching right there, punching over there, punching here. And then what
Right.
happened, Josh?
And then
Did he progress?
we no. And then because we find out that monsters summoned by someone else nets nada XP. You don't get any XP.
Right, right. And then nah he nah he didn't figure it out that fast first.
No, he didn't. He was like
Because
he was grinding hard before he figured it out.
right. And then the moment was like, man, they never end. And then he started, and then he start hallucinating, talking to his past self and all that.
Talking to his past. We'll be watching Avatar.
Right, right. Yeah, he went full blown avatar. I'm like, yeah, you weak. Yeah, you never changed, dog. Like you think you're strong, something like that. And then all of a sudden, Gene Woo forgot to do something.
Right.
he he forgot his daily quest.
Yep. And up
Yeah,
until now, he had only missed one day.
right. And then now, what's gonna happen, Josh? If you miss the daily quest, what's gonna happen?
Oh no. Back to the centipedes.
Yo, he got sent back to the centipedes, but he was like, "Yo, I'm back here again." But you know what? I think this time they saved me. He feel relief. Like I
Right.
think the centipede, this desert saved his life. And then and then he was like, huh, the last time I was in here, I just run away because they're strong. The names are red, but now, and then the centipede pops out. All of their names were orange. Like, yeah, I think I can beat them. Yeah, I can beat them. You know
Gee,
what?
what
I'm a
ma-
grind here.
Gee, what makes you think that? But yeah, yeah. What I find funny is that the quest still says survive, but yeah, I don't think surviving is the plan anymore. But yeah, he ends up
No.
he ends up farming with these centipedes, and just it's funny to see because you see all these long spiky bodies over top of each other, like a it's just like a hill of corpses to sit on.
Right. It's like Jin was killing them just to make a throne.
Right. And
But
so
not
what happens next?
when that's when he so like you said, he annihilate every single living thing on that planet or whatever wherever he is. And then he was like, all right, time to buy a potion. So he managed to regain his HP back, his stamina back, everything, his mana
Right.
back, everything.
Right. When you gain everything back, I just call it just complete status heal, full status heal.
And then I think I'm not sure. I think he bought another dagger.
Yeah. It
I think.
was I think it was called the Night Killer for 2.8
Oh
mil.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. I
And I think
remember.
I think he bought it because one of the abilities was that was plus 25% damage on heavy armor.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the reason. I mean,
And
besides
then
the fact that he was overdue for a new weapon, he was already way overdue.
he got no choice. He needs weapon.
Right,
He needs weapon. So yeah, you're right. He did bought a new weapon, and of course another dagger.
right,
That's how we knew what job suitable for Jinu, because the way he fight, and then his weapon he's obviously an assassin type.
right.
But now, yeah, he did bought a dagger. I'm trying to look. Yeah. The name is Night Killer. You're sharp.
No, no, I
Not
took my notes.
true. And then when he went back when he went back to the castle, because it's already time. he he got that much time. Like he managed to go shopping, regenerate, and all that, because he annihilate the entire like species of centipede on that planet.
Right,
And then when the time runs out, he's trying to figure out. So he jumped he jumped, or I would say he start hiding, because you remember he got the stealth that he got
right.
from Tao
Said
Shi.
it was called camouflage.
Right, he got the camouflage, but it burns out his mana. So while he's hiding, there's like bunch of eyes pops out to some of the enemies, and then this eyes managed to see him. So he was like, yeah, that's kind of weird, but in a way that, why is there's like couple of enemies only have that? Why not all of them? So like Gene Woo is pretty much like how would I say? He's not dumb. So
He
he managed to
analyzes
figure
everything.
right. So when he finally figure out that yeah, those are magicians, and then they probably the one who summons these knights. So when he figured that out, um, he he intentionally he intentionally uses the camouflage just to jump on them because he
Right,
already know like yeah, they're the one who's summoning them. So I gotta take them out first. So
right,
now he start killing them one by one, until there's only three left.
right.
But this
And then
three
something
enemy,
we got to keep in mind is, I believe camouflage drains, was it 10 mana per second? It's pretty cost worthy.
right? And then like you guys gotta remember too, he balances out in the strength and agility. Now, not paying attention intelligence.
Right, right. So right. So mana is not much higher than when he started.
Right. He's
The only increase to mana is, I believe it's just the automatic increase you get just from leveling up.
yep, yep. That's why his senses his senses and his mana is practically the same.
Right.
And then yeah, he doesn't have much, so he's trying to conserve his mana. Plus all his skills like the speed the speed boost, whatever, a sprint. Yeah, the sprint that he
Yeah.
has, the stab, what else? The camouflage. Those skills that he has needs mana. But when you say earlier when he's like throwing the dagger,
Right.
this is the time he's using it because he got the skill the Dominator's touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the telekinesis.
Right. Throwing it just like a frisbee.
Right. But nah, so he managed to wipe out the entire mages except for three. And then like if the enemy got cornered, they're gonna do something drastic.
Right.
Like, even though they combine all the knights, Gino still managed to defeat them easily.
Right. And so, what happens next? Because you know what we're both waiting for.
Oh yeah. When Jinwoo managed to survive this entire predicament,
Yes.
so he's been fighting for so long.
Uh-huh.
Plus he managed to go to the penalty quest, which is unintentional,
Uh-huh.
which adds up to the time to his current quest.
In the
So
castle.
in the castle, so the time that he fought them plus 4 hours,
Uh-huh.
and the time that he fought them. So it's pretty much a lot of time for one quest. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And then he managed to wipe them out. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say he at least hit S. Like how you gonna say it? Complete the entire quest in S.
Uh-huh.
Perfect, like 10 out of 10. So
I'm on the edge of my seat, man.
job change. It's time for the reward. Jinwoo was thinking, I'm probably gonna get the assassin type, but no. All of a sudden,
Well, actually, he named three. Remember, he said assassin. He said. Oh, but then again, it could give me something random like a swordsman or maybe the mage.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But what he get is
Necromancer.
tell necromancer.
Since when does the protagonist get a necromancer? Because necromancer is usually for villains. I don't know if you guys agree. Definitely let me know. Let us know down in the comments. You guys agree, but I mean, I can't think of any good guys. I mean, I would have to, you know, take a while and actually try to think about somebody with that class, but
I mean,
I didn't see it
I
coming.
mean,
What did you see coming?
I mean, I mean, based on what you're saying, the main, I would say, I can give a reason to why not the main character can have it. I mean, it's pretty much mean of a skill. Come on now, you're gonna revive someone's died,
Right.
like you're gonna revive someone who died. That's pretty mean skill. Like, why
Right.
would you do that? You're a good guy.
And something Benton was probably about to say is a hint is actually thrown in with the prompt of him becoming a necromancer, and it basically gives him a reason why why the system gave him this job change. And it says, as the player possesses strength, he does not leave anything to his teammates and overcomes everything with his own strength.
Yes, sir. Yo,
That was cool,
yo.
right? They didn't have to do that because that just tells you, oh, okay, so that's why this. So the system adapted his, so it's just an RPG. The system adapted his killing style I mean, his job change to his killing style.
Right, right. I mean, not gonna lie, like like just think about it. He went to the instant dungeon alone. He
Right,
fought multiple bosses alone.
right.
And when he went with Eugene, obviously Eugene we all know Eugene is not doing anything. He's just there. He's just there.
Right.
And
And
so and then and then
real quick, something I gotta throw in there. And so that lets us know it doesn't matter how many people that you go in with, but it's who actually like helps you during the fight. The system takes that into
right,
account.
right. And then he managed to get that. And then he made the system made him name the skill. Like,
Oh,
yeah, if you activate it.
hey, I know I keep interrupting you, but something else I like. Remember, he was about to decline at first because he was like, he said, nah. He said, that's not me. And I forget his reason. Um, I, yeah, I forget his reason, but he was about to decline at first. And then he was like, but wait, this could be handy for this situation. And I like that.
Not
Go ahead.
like I'm sorry to cut you off. It's just like I remember the reason, because he almost declined it, but he was like, yet again, like there's multiple S class people where their skill is just themselves, like there's no other people has that same skill. Like I know one of the S rank have metamorph, like he can change himself into a wolf, but nobody does that. It's just him. But he
Okay.
never heard of necromancer before, so that's why he was like, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna keep it, because nobody's necromancer before, so it's kind of
Okay.
like unique for him. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Good to know. And so he changed his mind and he accepted. And I noticed that the system gives you a second chance if you refuse. That's pretty cool.
Right.
Um,
And
now
then the
I don't I okay. Was he did he get an automatic promotion?
Yeah.
Because okay, so it was
Yes.
automatic. So guys, he grinded so hard that it's basically like when you're farming and you defeat a super strong enemy and then you end up leveling multiple times. It was that. So he was grinding so hard that he instantly went from the first step into the necromancer path to the second step, which is Shadow Lord.
Shadow Lord. Oh Lord. Lord.
And then I think it just starts showing your abilities.
And then
I,
the
I mean
system made him
job skills, job
so
skills. So it starts. So after the prompt lets him know he was promoted, then it lets him know the job skills that come with that promotion. So first is shadow extraction.
Right.
Second is save shadow.
Yep.
Shadow extraction. Oh, okay. Sorry guys. I didn't get how much mana it uses, but it allows you to take your enemy and make them your I was gonna say your minion, but I don't know. I don't, especially when like it's an enemy that's stronger than you. Is that still considered your minion? If you take an enemy stronger than you?
I mean,
I mean, they're still
that
under
that's
your.
why that's why they used to be they use the term they're gonna be part of your shadow or shadow army, not minion.
Hmm. Not that it matters, but yeah, you just make them do your bidding, guys, and and shoot, they might go get you something to eat if you ask. And then the prompt also tells us that the chance of failure increases the higher the stats are of the enemy you're trying to take over.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, and also the chance of failure increases the more time has passed since the target's death. That's interesting. Gotta
Yeah.
get.
So there's time. Um, if the enemy is stronger than you, what else? Is that it?
Yeah, those were the two things. At least for the first skill, which was shadow extraction.
Ah,
Yeah, and then for save shadow, you absorb created soldiers and save them. We got save slots, and
right.
they can be summoned wherever the animator appears. Call it a Nintendo DS because you can take this skill with you wherever you go.
Exactly. And then this is the moment he was like, "Wait, what? What? Why? At first, why am I necromancer? Like, it makes no sense. Like the way I fought, everything." But he just accepted it. He was like, "You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna just accept it." And then all of the sudden, a prompt came out. He was like, "Yeah, once you activated the skill, what's your praise? What's your praise, Josh?"
Hold on. I gotta get real close to the speaker. I think this is close enough, guys. All right.
All
Oh
right.
man, we should have said at the same time. Oh, hold on, guys. We'll just cut that part out. Nah. But yeah, that's the. I forget how Benton was close. I forget how exactly they phrased it, but yeah, it was choose a prompt to summon your army. And
And then
something I left out real quick for shadow extraction, he's at least for a shadow lord, they're able to summon 30 when they first get the skill. He can summon 30 shadow soldiers. But for the save shadow skill, which is the second skill, he can only save 20. He can only have 20 types of enemies saved. I believe that's what that meant.
yeah, he can summon or call a lot of shadows, but he can only save few.
Right.
But Jinwoo, man, Jinwoo acting tough, but he excited. He excited, so he puts
And
it up.
something we left out. It puts a rise in bloody red uh, font.
Right, right. He,
Like
he
you
was
better pay
like,
attention to this.
I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna test it out. He was like, okay, okay, arise, and like, yo, this
Everywhere
shadow,
around him, the arm. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
this shadow rises up like from the body. Like that's how you know that's why this can't be in protagonist, because a shadow rise up to the dead body that Jinwoo just slain.
Right.
And then like he looked around, he was like, oh, I can command them, all of
It worked.
them. It worked. And then all of the sudden it pops up to his head. if something pops out to his head, there is one person that he just killed.
Blood Red Commander, Hikari.
Exactly. So he went in there. He probably excited. The manhwa didn't show, but he probably tipping toe or skipping steps while going towards the Igris.
Just in case he gets up by himself.
Right.
This guy was tough.
he he probably dancing ballerina already.
Or he pulled a Shaggy from Scooby Doo and he knocked on his helmet first. You dead? Okay, just check.
Right. I'm just testing it out.
Right.
And then the very first out of three chances that he got, he said the magic word. Arise.
Arise.
But what happened, Josh? Does it happen? Does something happen?
Failure.
Dang! Failure.
Yeah. Something we both left out is to start off, shadow extraction only gives you 3 attempts, at least for the first level.
Yep. So failure, that means Igris is way stronger than Jinwoo.
Right.
I mean, even Jinwoo knows it. He was like, "Yo, that's just show how that's just show how strong Igris is."
Right. Second
Because
attempt.
Yep, second attempt. Rise.
Failure again.
Oh man. So Jinwoo is sweating. He's like he knows, like, yo, I only have one chance. I only have one chance.
Right.
And then
I
he
might
got
never see this
pissed
guy
off.
again.
He got pissed off and all that. He was like, look, he talked to Ygritte. He was like, look, I don't know why you're defending that empty throne if I'm here standing right in front of you. Protect me. Me. And then he used the magic word. Arise.
Then
Like,
you see
yo,
Igri's armor like start to tremble first, and it's like mission success. At least that's what came in my head.
right, like, yo, that everything went dark.
Oh
Jinwoo
yeah, good catch.
thought it has like a power outage somewhere, but like, yo, he can't see anything. Like, it's completely dark, and then all of a sudden, this darkness is swirling around Igri's armor, and then Jinwoo sweating. He was like, "Yo, I know he's OP. That OP,
Right.
yo." And then all of a sudden, same thing as everyone else. A shadow came out of the corpse,
Right. Just like
and then the very first thing this shadow did is bow down right in front of Jinwoo. Like, not bow down, like not
Neil.
bow down begging for something. When
Neil.
a knight bow down to a king? Yo, that was just, I gotta savor it. Give me a second. I gotta savor everything.
And at this point, guys, Jinwoo has 132 strength, 91 vitality, 111 agility, 70 intelligence, and 93 sense.
And how many shadows?
30 shadows, because he raised every single knight he could. Why not? Why not? Why not? He at least defeated 300. So
Right. And then we forgot to mention, so he managed to raise multiple soldiers, but not for some reason, but all these soldiers have a ranking with them. And Igris, I forgot what his rank is when Jinwoo managed to summon him.
I did too. Good. I'm glad you caught that, but I did too.
I think I think it's just Elite Knight or something like that. And
It
then,
doesn't. It
but
doesn't ring a bell, but I mean, it fits.
well, I would just say his ranking or his shadow ranking is high enough for Jin Woo to name him. So Jin Woo was like, "Wait, what's your name again? I forget your name." But anyway,
Well,
I'm just gonna name
he said blood red egri. That's a little long.
right. He was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just call you Igris. Yeah.
Right.
So that is the birth one of his strongest arsenal,
Yeah.
Igris.
Yeah. And
No.
we don't see it yet, but he's gonna start to realize how exactly how much more impressive it is that he was even able to raise him up, because Igri is much stronger than him, but we will see that very soon. No worries. But right now, it's time for the spoiler discussion. If you
So
need to leave, please leave your comment, of course, and have a nice rest of your day. But for the rest of you, let's do this. Yo,
let's
okay, I picked where we started last time. Where we starting?
so we already know there's a shadow army, right?
Right,
You got a shadow army.
right.
And then yo, what are you right now? You said you're in the
70,
74?
74. And then last time we talked about the ice dungeon, so let's skip that.
So like what's going on in 74 anyway? Like I forgot what's 74. What's going on in 74?
Do you remember Cha Hae-in, the second in command for the Hunter Guild? It's the first time.
Oh,
Yeah. And it's the first time we see like a high-ranking female member, if I'm not mistaken.
right.
Yeah. And she's all curious about Jin Woo, and she finds out that the first in command, the oh man, I feel bad. Hold on.
He's
What's his name? What's his
I
name?
know his title. He got his title where he's
Oh,
the
I think it's Song In.
see you asked the wrong person. I know I'm not I know I'm the only person here, but you asked the wrong person, Josh.
Oh,
I
okay.
suck at
Well,
names.
I just I just confirmed it. So she finds out that her own leader was curious too, and yeah, that's where I'm at.
Oh, so you already know how sharp Jinwoo is, because the moment they step into the dungeon, he was like, "Yo, these people like are they are they crazy? Like nobody feel that?
Right,
Like
right.
I'm genuinely scared right now."
Thought it was weird that they didn't feel it. But no,
Right.
yeah, you're catching all sorts of stuff.
And then all the other thing that makes me laugh is this is this is the time that he about to re how you call it, reevaluate himself, right?
Right.
Reevaluate or
Mm-hmm.
what is it called? Was it
Reassess,
reevaluate?
reevaluate, same thing.
Yeah, so like he trying to figure out what his true ranking is now, because you already know he can't stay rank E for
Right.
all this time. So he but he broke the he broke the myth, the how you call it, the
It was
meter.
called like the hang on, I got you. It was called the they just called it the magic power detector.
Yeah, so like he broke it down.
Yeah.
He was like,
Error.
right, and then and then the personal thought that, nah, I think the machine broke. And then the
Right.
other one came in. He was like, it's not broke. It's just it's unmeasurable.
Right.
Like, yo. So yeah, that's one thing that
And keep
happened.
in mind,
That's
guys,
way too spoiled.
right, and keep in mind, guys, his first score was a 10. So he didn't even at first he didn't even meet the lowest requirement, which is a 70.
Yeah,
Or you know
he's
what?
that.
Maybe I can't call it a requirement, but I'll just say the norm, which was 70. So talk about an OP jump.
Exactly. But nah, this and then I wanted to talk about his shadow army, like, cause cause I think did he already went into the hellfire, or that dungeon where it's all fire?
Yeah.
Oh, he already finishes it or not yet?
No, no, he didn't finish it yet. He just went in that one time for Kerberos.
Oh,
Yeah,
nah.
he didn't.
I
Yeah, he
thought.
didn't go back. No, not yet.
Oh yeah. That's like around 80 or 90 or something.
Okay, so yeah, I'll be there in no time.
But
So if you must be
who
wondering
was it?
what fight I left off at. So he is. Oh, uh, yo, the high orc.
Oh damn! Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Damn,
Yeah,
damn.
the only reason, because I know you might be saying, yeah, how did he forget already? I was trying to see, okay, what was the fight before that? But see, there's a lot of talking in between. Like there was a lot of talking about guilds, and then the guild masters, trying to recruit them and all that, and then um, before we get to the high orcs, one thing about that is the Jong In from the Hunter Guild. Yes, he named his guild the Hunter Guild for whatever reason. So he tries to recruit Jim Woo. So Jim Woo, I would like to talk to you about not interested.
Yeah, he just walk away, and then he was like, wait, did I did I forget to introduce myself? I'm pretty
Did you
sure I
know who I am?
introduced myself.
Right.
What just happened?
Right.
The dude that I know it haven't mentioned yet. It doesn't mention yet, but this dude, this is the very same dude is the representative of the Korea.
Right.
He's if you say who's the strongest person in Korea, he's the one who's gonna pops out because he's the one who's representing Korea. I mean, his guild is rank one,
Right.
so that's why.
And you might
But
and even though this is the spoiler discussion, I think it might be a good idea, just in case, to keep his name hidden. Anyways, back to what we were saying. The
but
high orcs. Yo, these guys make Skyrim orcs look minuscule. Holy crap. And like each one, the smallest orc is like as tall as a traffic light. And then like they eat steroids every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And and then it helps. Something I like is that every part of them is non-human. So their mouths, which are constantly open because their gums are always showing. Their mouths are all jagged like, and then they have teeth in places that humans wouldn't have teeth. Their facial structure is completely different as it should be. They look very non-human. So it's not just different colored humans with spikes. The orcs are their own race. The animation proves that.
plus this is the very first experience that I have for because I mean I'm not gonna lie, I just started an manga too, and this is the very first manhwa that I started, or manga that I started. And then when I read this, this is the very first anime that Jin Woo trying to like the very first enemy that tries to talk as human or human language. So I'm trying to imagine, like how they
No, no, no.
managed to
Remember the
talk.
ice elf.
Nah, Ice Elf Jin Woo is the only one who can understand them.
Oh, good point.
But the orc, the orc is they try to speak like human. So like
Right.
you human,
Yeah.
you talk something like that. So like I'm trying to imagine like how they manage
How do
like
they know
what
human language? Right.
not know but like how they sound like at least like I'm trying to like
Imagine.
imagine what they sound like if they
Right.
start to talk. Like this is my first first
Oh,
imagine.
hold on. I got you covered. Human. Something like that.
Basically, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's actually
I'll
on
work on
point.
it, guys. I'll work on it.
Man, what voice actor? Josh, forget podcast at this point. Let's just be voice actor.
But uh so he, he the way he was effortlessly moving around the room and he was slicing them up as if he was a ghost. It was just like it made what Tay Sheik was doing, just look simple. And he
Right.
wasn't. And the thing is, I know he has the camouflage ability, but it's not only that; it's in combination with his speed. It was pretty
Right.
cool. And then only one person's noticed him.
Yep.
Yeah.
But let's not go through it. Let's not go through it. Let's not go through it.
Oh, is that a little too far?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's hitting below the belt at this point.
All right, all
But
right.
now the last thing that I wanted to discuss, which is a spoiler, is
So, guys, we're gonna go backwards a
um
little bit.
what's the dude's name? Wick you Wick Chu Wick, the leader of the lizard, the one that tried to the very first person that tries to kill Jinwoo, because his brother is there.
Hang on.
The the A rank the A rank guy. But anyway, his name it for now his name is not, doesn't matter for now. But what I wanted to talk about is Josh, for Jinwoo right now, do you think he'd be able to at least beat them? What do you think? With the Shadow Army and all that. For Jinwoo right now.
Wait, are you talking about the high orcs?
Nah. I'm talking about the S class. Like the two S class that shows up after the
Watch when I find
after
out.
the
When I find out, I'm gonna be like, oh, what are you? Let me see. Just what dungeon does he meet these guys in?
so remember when Jinwoo got trapped on like the ice dungeon where there's like a ice elf and all that.
Okay,
So the leader of the White Tiger shows up. So
right,
that's the other S rank.
right,
And then the brother of the Jinwoo killed
right.
shows up too.
Dong Su.
Yeah, don't
And,
shoot. There
yeah,
we
Dong
go.
Su. And then the White Tiger Guild's leader is. Just keep going.
But nah, who do you think will win if they brawl? Like, cause I mean
Oh,
I'm
between
pretty
the
sure
two
it's
guild
vague.
leaders.
Cause I mean I know it's pretty much vague for me to ask, but just like how would say it like this. Um, so the elf that Jinwoo fought inside the boss one, that's B rank, right?
Okay,
So let's just say, of course, A rank is pretty much stronger than that, but both of them were both S rank.
right.
So imagine, we can imagine if the both of them fought, they pretty much can destroy the entire city where they're fighting at
Easily. And then something,
easily.
and then something that a lot of people don't keep in mind is that for now, S rank is the highest rank, but that doesn't mean that the guild leaders, that doesn't mean that that's their limit. So even though they could be S rank, they could be far one S rank. Who knows? They could be far stronger than the other S rank. It's just that that's the highest title that they get.
For
But
now.
but you asked me who would win. Like you said, it's pretty vague because I don't know either of their abilities. The only thing we see is um, I'll get his name next time. But the White Tiger Guild's leader, we see how his face literally starts to form, starts to get tiger characteristics, and he breaks out the tiger fangs, and then
That is yeah. Not
and
that,
then
never mind,
Dong
never mind.
Su. It looks like it's just like lightning that circles his arm. What did that look like
Mm,
to you?
I mean, I really don't know why he called him Tiger, because the dude looked like. I mean, I'm guessing because it's just me. It's just me, because I got used to werewolf. He looked
He,
like a
he looks like
werewolf.
a tiger. It could be either one.
He looked like a werewolf to me,
Hmm.
especially the color of his like hair, white.
Yeah. But to answer your question, I'm guessing the fight would have to come to a stalemate because I think they're on the same level.
Hmm. Hmm. I mean, it is vague, but I mean, you did say you want to predict it,
Right.
so like that
And
makes me actually want to do the same thing. So
right,
like I know both of them are S rank, but you're right. It's not. It doesn't mean that they're on the same. Like I'm pretty sure one of them can win,
right,
but like yeah. That's kind of vague for me to ask. I
right.
don't know why.
And then
I don't
despite
even know why I asked it.
and despite what I just said, I think they would just stop the fight because they would be so even. But who knows?
But you think Jinwoo can beat them at like his
Oh
current
yeah.
level?
Oh, both of them. Oh, without a doubt. Jewel might be able to take
Current.
both of them at the same time. Yeah. I'd put money on that. And the thing is,
Nah,
but the
I would say
struggle. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. For sure, Jimmu could take either one, but not together. I was exaggerating.
I mean I would say the differ
Oh, okay.
because
What do you think about that?
because Jinwoo doesn't even manage to call out a rank B boss as one of his shadows.
Okay,
So that's just say how weak he is.
right,
As for now, but I mean I'm pretty sure an S class hunter can solo at least what like B rank dungeon by himself.
they said something like that. And guys, something else I should have thrown in before we started talking about the guild portion is that there's five major guilds, and that is the Fang Guild, the White Tiger Guild, the Reaper Guild, the Knights Guild, and the Hunters Guild. Again, yes, the jerk named his Hunter Guild Hunters. That guy. But
and then uh and then for all these five guilds, the one that holds them together is the Hunters Association.
right,
Because I mean it they I mean just imagine it like this. If there's five major gangs, and then pretty much obvious the government can hold them down. There's no way. There's no way a bunch of people that have magical powers can be like destroyed or gotta how you call it gotta be destroyed by military. Of course they can fight it off. So they need someone to help them together,
right.
which is the Hunters Association. But that we'll discuss it for the next episode.
Yeah.
And for the further spoilers that we mentioned, we're going to be in detail for it for the next episode.
You know it. So make sure you guys leave a comment. Let us know what you think. It could be a comment about anything we talked about. And we will most definitely get back to you guys because discussion is what we do. This has been the HIKARI Podcast. And you have been officially informed about Arise.
Oh.
Thanks, guys, for watching and any support. We will see you
Thank
guys
you.
soon.
Leave